Hey y'all, welcome back to Makeup with Allegra, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create Frostbite. I thought this was a perfect thing to show you guys how to do because it's almost Christmas. And we're going to get into it. Pretty simple, and it's a fun thing to do, especially if you want to do like Frostbite look for Christmas, you know, make it a messed up Christmas gathering, I don't know, but since Christmas, we're gonna go ahead and get into this. So I'm gonna show you two different ways to do this on my hand. Now you could do it on your hand or you can do it on your face. You could do it all over, whatever you want, but it's mainly for your fingers going to be the classic, just black on the fingertips, very like you've seen pictures of it, I'm pretty sure. If you even look on Google, you'll find pictures of Frostbite, and it looks the same in every single one, like about the same, where the fingertips are just black, a lot of peeling, skin, blisters, all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to create that on your hand. I'm going to do it on my hand. I was thinking about doing it on my face, but I think you guys can see more of it if I show you on my hand. So yeah, so let's go through the first thing, which on this little plate here, I have 3rd-degree silicone and latex. Now, that's two ways you can make the blisters that we're going to be putting on the Frostbite. There's two different ways you could do this. You could do it with latex or 3rd-degree silicone. 3rd-degree silicone usually isn't as, it works, but it peels a little bit more. 3rd-degree silicone you definitely have to use on certain things specifically, but also latex is just way cheaper. So I'm going to show you both ways in case you want to try them. You're also going to need some body paint. I have the classic brrr palette, the one that I always use in every single one because this thing is my favorite. But I also got like this new stacking body paint type thingy, so like it stacks. I don't know. I found it, I thought it was fun, and I had to spend my money on it even though it was not worth it. But it's fine. We're going to use it because I paid for it. So, yeah, and then also have some color set powder. This is just regular white powder to set your wounds into place so they don't shine or move. This is a great way to use for snow in case you don't have any fake snow, you don't have any things you can make at home to make snow. So this is just a simple way to do it. You can put this in your hair if you're going in for a full snow Frostbite kind of look. You can put it in your hair. It's not really hard to take out. I've done a whole look with this and I put a whole bunch of powder in my hair and it was very interesting. But key to this, do not blend it out. You just tap it on to your hair or your face and you don't blend it in because no, you don't blend it in. So yeah, this is a great way for snow. I might show you guys a little example once we do the Frostbite. Also, another great way is sweat and tears. I'm also going to show you guys how that looks because when you get Frostbite, you know, it's very interesting. And this kind of just adds more to the effect. I can't find the word to use to tell you guys how, but this makes the effect of it. Because I'm also going to tell you guys, you can do icicles like on your face. Like I'm going to give you guys kind of ideas. I'll probably in the next episode show you guys how to do icicles and to make it look very fun and cool. I might do that for a little segment next time, but right now, I'm just showing you the Frostbite. I'm getting carried away talking about all the other stuff, but we're going to go ahead and get into the other thing, which is the Frostbite. So we're going to go ahead and get our hand, and we're going to go ahead and start with the coloring before we even put any latex or any 3rd-degree silicone on. We're going to do the coloring first. So I'm going to take, struggling in life, just a brush. There's no specific brushes, I just grab a random one. But you're going to take a brush, and I'm going to start out with my body paint, and we're going to do a little bit of this blue, and we're going to start putting it on my hand. So we're going to start kind of doing this. If you have nails like I do, We can make it work. It's fine. It's all good. You're just going to go around your nails like so. And just kind of like outlining where you want it to be. Like, you know, like we do in everything else, just an outline of how much you want. I know that you want to make it look not even, because it's not going to look even all the time. But, you know, you're just going to do that on all your fingers. Or if you want to make like storyline, or, you know, don't want to go too crazy, you could just do it on like 2 fingers or 3 fingers. I'm doing all of them so I can show you different examples of it. But the main area where we're putting the black and the blue is on your fingertips. That is the main area you're going to be putting it on. Because throughout your hand, we're going to add more like shine, snow, just a little bit, and then add the blisters with the coloring inside. But besides that, we're not going to put this all throughout my hand. So yeah, so I'm just going to continue just doing this. You can add maybe a little line coming down, making a little crack in your fingers, you know, do something like that. And then just going to continue adding it on. Very simple. So I'm just going to do this for all my fingers. And yeah, so I'm going to do this. We'll see how it goes. I am thinking about doing a what do you call it? A frost look on my Instagram. So if you guys want to check that out on Christmas, because I'm not going to post it now because we'll see if I remember. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing that. And also love to see your guys' looks on Instagram if you do any Christmas looks, because I just love watching them. Very random, but yeah. And we're just gonna do this. So as you can see, we have the black on the fingertips. Now we're going to turn it over and do a full round. We're going to do it all the way around, and I'm going to go underneath my nail. Might feel weird, and we're going to bring it on the other side. Bring it on the other side and start bringing it down like this. And we're doing it all the way around to get the full effect. And yes, I'm going all in doing this because I want to show you guys how that is. So we're just going to continue just doing this all the way around, like so. And yes, I'm just going to finish this. So we shall see how this turns out. We shall. And then after this, we're going to then add the black on top. I'm just adding this little blue paint. That's why I love this palette so much, because it really works really well for everything. It's not sponsored, but it just looks really, like, I love it a lot. But yeah, so after this, I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of the black, because I'm liking how this blue is turning out, because it's actually looking a lot more purple, which I'm not mad at it. And you guys can also use purple. If you don't have black body paint, you can use purple as well. Totally fine. It's really just up to how you want to do it. And yeah, so just finishing this up. I gotta do my last finger. Do like this. And we are finishing up. Now, of course, if you have nails like me, you can clean up your nail like towards the end when you're done, so you're not like, you don't take it off and then it just goes back on. So yeah, so you can clean your nail afterwards, because you're not gonna have that unless you want it to be more messy and like maybe add a little bit of blood that we're gonna add a little bit of. You don't want to add too much blood, but I'll get into that once we get to that step. But right now, like I said, we're just gonna continue just making sure this is covered. And I think this is pretty good. It's looking purple, very purple black. And so yeah, so now that we have that, we're gonna go ahead and we're actually gonna mark where the other blisters are. So what we're gonna do is we're going to just pick a random spot. I'm gonna pick right here. I'm gonna just draw it out. Might look a little weird. You can make it as weird shaped as possible because it's not gonna look perfect. So I'm just gonna do it like that. Very simple. And then I'm also going to add just like a line right here. I'm just kind of doing this for fun. I'm not making it like very realistic, but I'm just kind of like doing different shapes on my finger right now for fun. Show you guys what you can do. Do like just a line like that. Why not? And then where else do I want to put some? We can put some on my actual finger, like right here. And then maybe add just like, kind of just going with it and just kind of seeing where I want one. I'm gonna put another one just like right here. And we're gonna make it more, I don't know, I'm just kind of showing you guys different ways to do this. I think that's all I'm gonna do for that, because I don't want to go too crazy, but I also want to go a little crazy. But we're gonna go ahead and just make sure this is fully covered. And then we're gonna take our black. First time I'm trying this, so we shall see how this works. I didn't figure this out correctly. We're gonna take the black and we are going to put it on top, more of like a defining way. And this is actually kind of doing something, so I'm not mad at that. So I'm just gonna put this around my finger lightly, like kind of just like lightly putting it on and just kind of giving it a good coverage with this black, like very soft, barely any. I don't want to go too crazy with it. I just want to add just a little something else to it, like that. And we're just gonna finish covering just like that. So yeah, do that. And I feel happy with this so far. And yeah, I think that's good. And then I'm just gonna add just a little bit on here. Probably can't really see a difference, but it definitely is changing it more to like a dark purple right now. I'm kind of really liking it, so I'm just gonna continue just adding this. Kind of adds to the details, and that is what I'm happy with. So now is when we get to the latex part. So what we're gonna do for that is, if I can grab it. So I'm gonna show you two ways to do this. So over here is my latex and 3rd degree silicone. Now 3rd degree silicone, I think as you all might have seen from my last episode or couple episodes I did before, I don't know, it's been a while. But the 3rd degree silicone, it has two things you need to mix to it. You have the mixture A and mixture B, and you have to put them together. That's more of like, it's not expensive, but more of a pricier way to go. Latex, love so much, but 3rd degree silicone is kind of more pricier. But if you want to try it, so what you're gonna do is take a little bit of it. If I can do this, please. Take a little bit of it, and we're going to try it on, let's see, we'll try it on this one. So what you're gonna do is you're going to line it like that. And it's very, you gotta work quick with it, but we're just kind of making a border around where we just did the color, and then just swipe it down to make it blend in. That is what's nice with this, is that it blends in pretty simple and it's clear, so you don't have to do too much coloring for it. And that's what's nice about this. But a couple times you gotta make sure to keep like shaping the edges, because if it's too liquid like and you did it, then you want to continue just keep going with it while it's on your fingers, because it will start dripping if it's too liquidy. So I'm just going to do a little bit more of this. Now, of course, for the blisters, it depends on how you want it to be. I'm going to add just a little bit more up here. As you can see, mine's starting to dry a little bit more, so It's kind of more buildable, and I kind of like this texture because it's very like, you can build with it and move it around just like that. Now I'm just gonna wipe this off and then wipe it down just like that, and just continue doing that. And you got your form here. It's very, yeah, I like this. I like it a lot. Definitely, if it's between latex and third-degree silicone, I prefer the latex, but it's not too bad and it adds to the effect. So now that you have the border here, just like this, just like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go into the latex. I'm going to show you on the other one, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to the just a little bit of touch-ups, and then you're done. So we're going to finish with that. I'm going to grab my sponge here, go into the latex, and what we're going to do is, let's see, we're going to put it on this one. We're going to do the same thing and mold it around. Just like so. Mold it around like this. You can blend it out like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it over where we just put the paint. Because what we're going to do is we're going to make it look like a blister just happened. So I'm going to put it a little bit more out from where I put the coloring. And this is the fun part, because once it's dry, we're going to peel it and rip it open in the middle. So I'm adding a little bit more thickness to the middle, so that way it will peel up and look like a blister. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that for the other areas on my finger or on my hand, because I think this is just easier to do. And I also want to just show you the difference with the third-degree silicone, and it's dry right now. So, yeah, but we're just going to continue, just add the latex on, add it in the middle like that. I always like to blend out the edges because I like to just make sure the edges are blended out like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just finish doing the other little stuff like this. Just add a little bit more like that. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to add it around the edges of the fingers. We're going to kind of make it more up on my fingers so we can peel it back. But just kind of do it like that. And add a whole bunch. And just do it like that. And it's very simple. So I'm just going to do it like that. And that's where we're at right now. I'm just going to add that on, and I'm going to do that on all my fingers, and then we'll be good to go and start peeling. And then, like I said, I'll show you a little example of the snow effect with just powder, and also how it'll look with just a little bit of blood. You don't want that much blood, just a little bit of blood. So we're just going to finish this up here. I'm just going to cover this just like that. And a great way, a little tip, if you are going to put latex on your arm, and let's say, or even on your arm, or if you're doing something over your eyebrows, a great way to keep from your hair, if you have hair on your arms or on your eyebrow, but like on your eyebrow, use Elmer glue stick. Just use a glue stick. I know it sounds weird, and not a lot of people recommend it, but honestly, if you have a cheap budget and you need something, Elmer's glue stick works really well. I use that a lot because I give up, so I just do that. So yeah, so just a little tip for you guys. But I'm just gonna finish. I'm almost out of latex, but it's fine. We're making this work, and just like that. So now that's done. Now it's drying. we're gonna go ahead and start peeling. So this one over here is almost done. This one over here is almost done. So we're almost there. The 3rd degree silicone is really almost dry because it's not moving anymore. Do it like that. So yeah, so while I make sure that just dries a little bit more, I have the scab blood. Now for this, I use scab blood because you want to get it into the creases, like under the skin for the frostbite. Very simple like that. You can go a little crazy with more like liquid blood, but for the most part, I just use scab blood because I don't want to make it look too much with the blood. But then again, you can always go a little bit more if you want. But yeah, so I'm just going to use a little bit of scab blood to show you guys that. And then I'll show you guys a little bit of snow effect, and that's about it. And then you'll have your frostbite. But yeah, sounds pretty simple. It's almost done. The 3rd degree silicone is almost dry. That is pretty much the whole thing, is just waiting for these to dry. But yeah, but here's what we have so far. It looks a little weird, but you'll see the effect once it's dry, and then you'll see. But for right now, we're just going to wait a little bit. I think this one's pretty dry. So what we're going to do with this one, because I'm just kind of seeing, and we're going to just test it. So I'm going to grab this little thing I have here and just scrape at it. And just create the wound. Pick it up a little bit, bring the edges back, just like that. And that's what I want. That's really what I want. You don't have to be as rough on your hand as I'm doing right now, but I want to get the effect like this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just opened it, and that's it. You have the skin peeling back here, which is the main part that you want. I'm gonna peel the little excess off, like that. But that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna do for this. And then what you can do is you can take some of the blue black that we mixed together and go back inside of it and touch it up, because you might have taken some of that coloring off. So we're just gonna go underneath, get underneath the latex, like that. Just like that, and then maybe touch up the skin a little bit, make it look a little bit crazy, and that's about it for that one. I am going to add just a little bit of red, just a slight bit of red, right underneath where the latex is peeling up, right underneath. It's definitely something you have to see like in person, but it just makes it look more defined in how the skin is picking up. So just like that. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing I did for this one. And latex is still drying on this one. I put a little too much, so that's why it's still like kind of making it like still taking a little bit, because I put more in one spot. But I'm gonna just start peeling it, because if you move it around, it will dry. So I'm just kind of moving it in a circle and moving it back like that. Might look a little bit crazy, but just like that. I'm trying to just make the border, because that's all I really want from this. Just like that. Bring it up. Just gonna bring it up a little bit more on this side, like that. And then we have another one. So now that we have this, I'm gonna again fill it in, and this is the same process you're gonna do for all the other ones, whichever other ones you make. This is the same process you're really gonna be doing, is just going back in with the coloring like this, going back into it, and also touching up the sides, just like that. And you can start bringing it out a little bit, like onto your skin, just like that. Add a little bruising, and just like that. So I'm going to, again, take a little bit of that red and go underneath the edges, but that's pretty much how you want to do it. Yeah, it's just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and just, this one doesn't need to be peeled, the 3rd-degree silicone, because this one is just more of like a border effect of it. You can't do the peeling with that, so that's the downside to it. But for the blisters, definitely go with the latex. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just peel back the latex on my fingers a little bit. I'm going to grab my little thingy because it's just going to help with it. And bring it down. I think you guys can see that, but I'm just going to bring it down. Make it, and I'm kind of just like pushing it down so that way it has that like extra skin look to it. And just like that. That's really all you want to do. You can add like another like blister here. Add a little bit of like extra there. But for the most part, that's how you do it. I'm just going to do this all on my other fingers to just finish this. Just like that. That's how you pretty much do it. That's really all there is to it for this one. You can go as crazy as you want with it. You can go as simple as you want. I mean, I don't really know a simple way of doing this, but you know, really all up to you how much you want to do for this. I always love doing these kind of things. So when I go to family Christmas get-together, they always are just questioning why I'm there. So I always like to do this on those occasions, because why not? So I am going to peel this one up. If I can grab it. Just like that. I'm going to peel this back. Like the skin is just came up and it's peeled back. So I'm just going to color these in real quick, and then, like I literally keep saying, I'm going to show you just the snow and the blood, and you are good to go. So I'm just going to finish doing this like that. Oh, I forgot to do my thumb. Very simple. I'm just peeling it back. I'm not going to go too crazy with this side, but yeah. You get the idea. And then I'm going to add here. Going to add it and make it look like the skin was peeled back, because I feel like doing that. Just like that. There you go. So I'm just going to touch up the 3rd-degree silicone, because you're going to take that blue color and you're just going to go on the edges and make it blend in a little bit more. You can blend it out a little bit. Then, and then we're going to take the red and go in the border, or the inside of the skin, and lining it so you know what the difference is. Like this. Just like that. Very simple. And then we're just going to go on my fingers and we're going to highlight the inside of it so you can see the difference. And that is pretty much how you just do the basics to the Frostbite. You know, it's pretty much, you could take your foundation and blend it out a little bit more, like the blue out to your skin more, or you could just leave it like this and creep people out. You can bring the black coming down your finger some more over where the skin is peeling, because it's throughout your fingers, so you can just do that. Cover up the latex if it's like more shiny, but also the shine adds to the effect of this. So I'm just kind of doing it simple like that, and then, you know, Go with what you think. I'm just kind of just doing random stuff. But that's pretty much how you make the frostbite happen. Very simple, very simple. So now, real quick, before we end today's episode, I'm going to show you, just get the blood. I'm going to take a little bit of this blood, like just a very tiny bit. And what you're going to do is just add it right underneath. Like just right underneath, barely even doing it. Because you don't want it to be too noticeable, but also make it look a little bit more gross. So I'm just going to add just a little bit on the inside here. Again, barely touching it. Like that. So barely even any blood, but trying to give the little bit of effect of just that dried up blood, you know. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, you don't want to go too crazy with it. I don't like to go too crazy with it. It also adds that extra shine to it, so you have that extra shine, because, you know, it just helps. It does both jobs at once, to add that shine, but also add that little bit of blood, as if you just peeled your skin back, which you did. But yeah, so we're just gonna finish doing this. I'm just gonna finish adding what I want to it. No, the blood. Yeah. Okay, just like that. And then for your fingers, the way you can do this is just go right under literally the skin area. Add just a little bit of blood. Just like that. You can blend it out a little bit on top of the black, but for the most part, pretty simple. And you could do that on all of them. You could do some without, depending on how much skin was pulled. But it's pretty simple, like that. So yeah, I mean, this is just a quick rush through on how to do this. Of course, I'm going to make it cleaner next time I do it. But for right now, just to show you guys, that's pretty much how you do it. That's the end of it. So yeah, and if you want to go a little step crazier, you can add the snow, which I'm just going to show you barely real quick, so we can so you guys can go ahead and finish up. So let me show you guys. So if you get the powder, okay, get the powder, I'm gonna just put a little bit into the cap because it's just easier. Take a fluffy brush like this. You drop in it, and you have very little bit. And what you're gonna do is you're going to tap it on, but as you can see, it makes that little bit of snow-like feel. And I'm just kind of just brushing it through. And you don't want to blend it in all the way. You don't want to do that. You just kind of just want to make it like very everywhere. And it makes your hand look a little bit more pale or so that way it looks like you've been in snow. You can add it into the blister as like snow got in there. And yeah, so you're just going to go round. And you can just add a little bit more, add as much as you want. If you want the true snow effect, you can get fake snow, or, I don't know, safe snow for your skin. I don't know, something like that. But this is just a quick way to do it. Like, you went through a lot, so a quick way to do it. That kind of brings it all together in the end. And yeah, so that's how you really bring it all together in the end with how it should look. Yeah, so that's how you do frostbite. Very simple, as in like you just put latex on top of color, but it's a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and maybe in the next one I'll show you guys how to do icicles, make icicles, because those are also really fun to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and also, if you guys want to post on Instagram and tag me into it, I'd love to see your guys' looks that you get from this episode, and even just other ones that you guys do. So make sure to tag me in it, and I'd love to see what you guys have done. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode today. And also, Merry Christmas. When Christmas is here. I don't know when this is going up, but Merry Christmas, and I hope you can go and creep out your family for holiday dinner. So yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye.